Mm,
If you want, I have one very good.
the built-in is pretty good.
They? Okay. Okay.
Hello, Daniele Nardi. Thank you very much for being with us here today. It's an honor and privilege for Pakistan Explorer to be interviewing you today at the Diamir Base Camp, Nanga Parbat. Tell me about your expedition, about the progress that you guys have made as yet, and the accident that you have encountered, and how's the morale?
My morale now is very good because I took 3 days to recover my energy and to speak with my friend to what's happened up there, and it's really great now. It's differently about last days because I was a little shocked, after 15 meters falling on the rock Kishofer, and to see that I'm alive only because one carabiners stopping one really old ropes up there. So I was a little lucky, and so to be alive now in the sun, my morale is very big. Not like the days before because I was a little shocked again. For me, was very hard to go down on the Kishofer rock in the night because in the Kishofer rock we didn't put the fixed rope. I was the last one with a big pack, and the old rope I have every time is to choose the one good to go up, and after to go down in the night. Wow, a really great adventure for me alone on the Kishofer. But I knew that in the bottom of the Kishofer there were some good ropes we fixed in the day and the days before with the team. So I was sure that if I go down for 100 meters or a little bit more, after I will find the ropes. So I go down, and then I arrived in the base camp about 11 p.m. or midnight. I was great, no? Some experience how to save your life and push your limits on the mountain. If I didn't climb a lot on the Alps in the very hard route, for me it was impossible to go down from this rock. But I have a great experience also in the Alps or in my place to climb hard route, and this experience was really great to use for going down and to be alive in the base camp.
Regarding the experience, I mean, you are one of the climber here who has been here on trying to summit through the Mummery Spur, and you actually climbed the Mummery Spur. You call it the Nardi Spur now. You were the first one to actually complete all the length of the Mummery Spur. So this time around, you have chosen. Initially, you guys started off with Mummery Spur, right? But you switched over to a different route. What was the reason?
Before to answer to this question, I want to explain exactly what is Mummery for me and what I did in this year in this ridge. Because Mummery came here in 1895, so around 6 years before the first ascent in 8000. So he was visionary, about the climbing, and then he comes here in Alpine style, so you use only the backpack, some food, and go on the mountain, little camp with a little team to climb the mountain. So he was really visionary when he was before the 19th century to climb this mountain, and he died here. But he did not die on the Mummery, but he died in another place. So when I read this story, I was amazing and inspiring about this man try to do something new on the mountain. So my first expedition here was not only for climbing Nanga Parbat in winter, but to do something new in the story of the climbing in winter, and it was to go in Alpine style through a new route and try to do the first ascent in winter of Nanga Parbat. This was my idea. And then in that year, in the winter between 2012 and 13, I met Elizabeth Revol. We did some training very hard in the way, in the Goulot, in the Écrins, in the Alps. And after we arrived here, and so if you see in the Messner book, there is the Mummery is the rocky part. And after there is another ridge to go to the plateau from 6.4 to 6.7. And then the Mummery is the low part, it's not all the ridge. This is the reason because sometimes I jog and say the the last part is the Nardi, the Nardi ridge, because in Messner did the story and write about the Mummery was the low part, and me and Elizabeth we climbed together all the Mummery ridge till 6,450 meters about. After the jet stream came, a very big windy, and so we came down to the mountain. After this expedition, I say, okay, in my career I like to do a solo expedition. And for me, in between 13 and 14, was very hard to arrive here because there were an accident in base camp, a tragedy. A lot of people died here in the summer.
Yes, true.
So, for my office and my team, they are organized the expedition, were very hard to work with Italian embassy and Pakistani embassy and the Minister of Gilgit-Baltistan to give us the permit the allowance to arrive here in base camp. So for me it was a really great message to say, okay, the terrorists did something very bad, but we are not scary. We want to go with the sport, with the universal message about the sports, and say we not stop with the terrorists, but because in Pakistan there are a lot of good people. We come here and we climb the mountain. So for the tourism, I hope that my message and my courage, my proud to come here, it's something now to open again this area. So I'm happy now that after some years I see a lot of expedition here, and the Gilgit-Baltistan tourism decide to not close this expedition but give us some security to make safety this place. And now it's safe. We are in the sun and we enjoy, and this area is open, so this is more economical situation for all the people. After this expedition solo, I reached only 6,000. Was an experience. I knew that I had less probability to go up, but for me it was an experience. I go till Ganalo Peak, I open one new summit, 6,000 up there. I was alone, I did the experience after I come back at home. The best expedition was last year, because for me were two expeditions. One to go in Mummery again, to finish my route, and was really crazy because we divide the team because the team didn't want to go to the Mummery, so Elizabeth Tomek went to another route, and me decided with Roberto, my friend, to try the Mummery. And then Roberto helped me to go on the glacier, to fix some more rope in the glacier because the glacier is very hard and very dangerous. And after alone, I reached again 6,200 meters, completely alone. It was incredible for me. And when I go down, I decided to finish the expedition because one avalanche was not really dangerous, but one stone, incredible, one stone passed over the serac, protect my tent, and broken completely my tent. So I had one tent less, food less, all broken. So I arrived 6,200 meters, and my plan was to take the tent and bring up, but the tent was broken. So I go down again on the base camp. And it was very hard to do alone because Roberto cannot climb again after 2 months. In that situation, I was lucky and happy because Ali Sapara and Alex Txikon, they were with Iranian people, invite me to climb with them. So it was a great festival for me because I say, okay, wow, I cannot go alone, but I find new friends to go together. They were with Iranian people, another team, another 3 climbers, but there were some problem with them, no? So Ali and Alex, very strong, they climb together, but they need 1 people more. So our friendship born very easily, and in that time I decided, obviously, to follow them. Because they invite me on Kishofer route with a classic style. So I work a lot with team working. I say, okay, if they invite me, I have to decide if it is possible to abandon the Alpine style and to marry the classic style. And my answer was yes for me. So I followed them. I carry a lot, we fix the ropes, and really in some days we can reach the Camp 3. It was a great experience for me because I never reached 600-700 meters the Camp 3. So when we slept there, we go down, and after, incredible, there were a lot of bad weather. We were proud to wait, and after 1 day from my friend Filippo Thierry, metro forecast say, Daniel, the Friday is a very good weather. But we had to fight in the snow, very hard snow, no? To go before in camp 1, 10 hours fighting, after 12 hours to go in camp 2, and after camp 3 windy, and at the end we arrived in Thursday, we arrived in camp 4, 7,200 meters about. No? It was incredible happiness for me, no? Because I said, wow, it's incredible, we arrived 7,200 meters. Okay, we use Alpine style, we use classic style, but incredible happiness because we three together, we can arrive to 272.
Yeah.
The Iranian people also, some mistakes, they left the base camp. They are very, very incredible people, but less experience in winter, so after sometimes they go back to home. From camp 4 to go up was very hard, because we fight 5 days for the mountain, and when we decide to go on the night, was very hard to make the traverse and to find the channel to go up on the top. And words by words, we say each other, say, okay, we are not sure to go on the left, we are not sure we have to go on the right a little more, after we go up, and something start to be strange, no? Because we were never sure about the real route. And after, Ali go really in the right side. It was really incredible wrong we did. And I say we did because we were a team. It was not only Ali go on the right side. We were a team. So we all wrong about this. But Ali was the first one go on the right side, after go back. We make a little meeting after we go a little bit more on the left side, but in that case, we lose some energy, some power, something in the mind, I think, of Ali not working very well, so we decide to win the life and not the summit. So we save our life and we lost the summit. It was my big winning in that time. So we go down and we were in camp 4, we understanding something in Ali is not going very well. I cannot say that it's a principle of edema cerebral. I cannot say this because I was not really sure. And after, when you go down very fastly from the mountain, this problem, if it is in the principle, can pass very easily. So for me, was only that we did the best. We did this record of high altitude in Nanga Parbat. We were very near, but after we go down and we save our lives, we were very happy to do this adventure and to go to base camp.
The issues about the visas and permits, and how do you think that the government can basically, support the climbers and mountaineers to come over and facilitate them, rather than, holding up the permits and delaying the things, and which is obviously very inconvenient.
Yeah. So you do to me a very interesting question, no? Because I have idea. So Pakistan area has got a lot of mountains, between 5,000 and 8,000, a lot of mountains, the best mountain in the world. Okay. But we have to divide this mountain between the mountain less than 7,000 meters, between 7,000 and 8,000, and more than 8,000. So now, to take the visa and also the permit for the mountain, because there are two ways.
Yes.
You have to bring before the visa to come in Pakistan, and after the permit for the mountain.
Yeah.
There are two different questions. The question about the mountain is the most important for me. For example, I was in Charakusa Valley to training for my alpine style in 6,000 meters. But sometimes it's very hard to take the permit for a mountain, 2 mountains, 3 mountains. It's not possible. Over 6,500 meters. If you go less, you can take trekking permit, you can do quite you want, But for example, one idea is this, If I go in the valley and I pay a permit for climbing everything I want in this valley. So if I go in the valley, I see, okay, wow, I see, for example, in Charakusa Valley, my permit was for Linksar. But Linksar was not in good condition. So if Pakistan allow for the permit, say, okay, you aren't going to Charakusa Valley, you can climb everything you want with only one permit. So if I not find in the condition the mountain, I can climb something more.
Yeah.
This is very good. The same, with a little bit different rules, can do with 7,000 meters, because
Yes.
it's more important, no?
Yeah.
7,000 meters, climb peak. In Pakistan, there are a lot of 7,000 meters point to climb, no? So the permit can say, okay, you can choose 2 summits, no? Over 7,000 you can climb. If you not find one, you can climb the other one. Or for example, no, is enough one email from base camp and say, please, this mountain is not in condition, allow to me to move the permit from this mountain to another mountain. Do you understand? This is
Yes.
great, incredible. And the same to do to 8,000 meters mountain,
Yes.
because now the climbing is changing. So sometimes the people want to climb 2 8,000 meters mountain in the same season. So they can make a one permit, go in the national park, for example, to Baltoro or other place, and say, okay, you can climb 1 or 2 together. You have to pay only a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is for the tourism are good
Yeah.
idea. The last things, I think this is a really good idea. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard. But there is some border with a very incredible mountain, with army there, between Pakistan, China, India. No? If Pakistan with this nationality can try in agreement to make a big national park, okay? Big tourism come there. Because there are a really adventure, not like Kishofer or other routes that we know what to do.
Yeah.
We go in adventure, in the challenge to understand, to discover the mountain and to understand, to make the maps, no? To understand what is there. No? And somewhere in the world, I know also in Africa, they did this park. It's the owner of the tree, but owner of the world. Because this is a patrimonial of the world. You have a great patrimonial, no? And you have really one way to say, okay, stop the war, make the peace, we make a very great national, international park, and we can allow to the people to climb there and to stop to make the fight, because now it's better to go this.
Yes, that's
I
a very
say
good
this.
idea.
I say this also for another question, because I'm a human rights ambassador about international campaign is Youth for Human Rights International. So I can teach to the people the 30 rights that all people have only because we are alive. So always I think now we have to stop to be to do the fight, the war, and say, okay, this is the tourism, there is the water, we can try an international agreement and make the peace in this place. It's good for you, it's good for the people, it's good for the tourism, and it is another way to say to the world, stop with the terrorism and go really with the good people to do the best at betroth the universal message of the sports and alpinism.
That's a very good idea. It's a very good idea. Parbat in one word.
Wow. One word. Only one word. If I have to describe with one word, I think Nanga Parbat it's yeah, I think a right word is strange.
Strange.
Is one strange word that usually the people use, no? Because we can call Nanga Parbat incredible, hardest, killer. We have a lot of words to describe the mountain, but I think the word can describe exactly this mountain is naked, the naked mountain, because this mountain show you exactly what it is. Show you the hardest, the wall, the rock, ice, show you exactly what it is. And never after 30 expedition can climb this mountain.
Yeah.
So, well, yes, we can say naked or transparently, no? I don't know how to say in English exactly, but say it's like a mountain pure, also pure, no?
Yeah.
They show exactly what it is, no? I think this is the important reason, because all the people want to climb this mountain. It's not only the summit.
Do you feel like having a spiritual connection with the mountain when you're climbing?
Yeah, without this connection I cannot climb a mountain. If I say, okay, this mountain I don't like, I cannot go to climb. Because the climbing is a risky, no? If you take some risky for climbing some mountain, you have to do a good connection with the mountain. Otherwise, for me, it's not possible to climb.
One question I ask every climber. Why do you climb?
I climb because I can find my limits. I want to understand till I can go to the mountain, how much hard I can climb, how much my beings, my soul is strong to bring this body up to the mountain, to discover the energy, to go in the adventure, to have a great challenge and to have a very good feeling with the teams that discover something that sometimes is very hard to discover in the city. I don't want to say that we are more better than the other people. I want only to say that we use this instrument, the mountain, the climbing, to discover something inside our soul, our heart. So this is the reason because I want to climb the mountain.
You were here in 2007 climbing K2,
Yes.
right? And you lost a very good friend of yours,
Yeah.
Stephen Zakpara. If there is a expedition that actually aims to climb K2 for the first winter summit, would you be part of it?
This is an interesting question because I promised to my mom and my wife that I never been in K2 again because it was very hard for me because I lost my friend, but in that time I saved 3 more people from the shoulder go down in the storm. So for me it was a very hard decision to say, okay, I have to go down because I lose 1 people, but I have to save 3 more. So I go in the storms, I make the track. After one American Don Bovi fall on the mountain, I take his leg, and so I bring him with Michele fight, go down to the mountain. So it's very hard for me to go again in the mountain. But last year in 2014, I helped Pakistani people to climb the mountain. I was again in the shoulder. I was there not only to help them, but also to see if I can find the body of my friend. It was an incredible situation. So I closed the chapter with the K2. But some days ago, Krzysztof Jelicki from Poland invited me into an international team for K2 next year. I don't know if I accept or not. Sure, it's honorable for me to understand that some great Polish climber with Polish incredible team invite me, that I come from the center of Italy, I'm a little climber to go there. So now I'm not sure, but it's incredible how much thinking about this expedition I'm doing. I only can say that I think that K2 it's an incredible challenge in winter. It's really incredible because it's only 500 meters more than Nanga Parbat, but it's an incredible mountain. So need the best climber in the world with a really good feeling in the team to make 2 teams and try to do it.
And how would you feel if the Italian mountain goes to the Polish in winters?
But for me, Italian to go there, it's an incredible experience, because I can learn a lot from them. Also with Adam in these days, I can learn something, because we had 2 accidents in this time, every time is with me. But I learned something, how they fix the ropes or make something. So I think for me, I have to think a lot if to go or not, because it will be a great experience to climb with the best climber winter Polish in K2. A really great challenge on the mountain every time you won.
God bless you.
Lovely.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.